How can we address malnutrition challenges globally? On the occasion of the 2024 Paris Peace Forum Spring Meeting, organized in Morocco on June 10th, in partnership with the University Mohammed VI Polytechnic, we invite you to discover a series of podcasts focusing on the shared North-South objective of fair transitions. Malnutrition is a major public health problem affecting a significant proportion of the world's population. Following on from the summits in London in 2012 and Tokyo in 2021, the Nutrition for Growth Summit will take place in Paris in 2025 and will be a major event given the scale of the issue. How does malnutrition affect both developed and developing countries? What are the key challenges in addressing this issue on a global scale? What progress has been made since previous Nutrition for Growth summits? And what are the priorities leading up to the 2025 summit in Paris? To address these questions, we've invited Brieuc, Special Envoy and Secretary General of the Nutrition for Growth Summit.
Malnutrition doesn't know any frontier. It affects us all. To make it simple, we have four different kinds of malnutrition. There's undernutrition, there's overnutrition, there's inadequate vitamins or minerals like anemia and diet-related non-communicable diseases like diabetes. No country is spared from malnutrition, although it is expressed a different way from one country to another. Certain countries, for example, face the triple burden. What we call the triple burden it refers to the coexistence of undernutrition, micronutrient deficiencies, and overnutrition, which can be found within the same country and sometimes within the same family. Some developing countries are also shifting from traditional diets high in cereal and fiber to more Western pattern diets high in sugars and fat and animal source food, known as the nutrition transition. And this transition often comes with more cases of non-communicable diseases like diabetes and obesity. Therefore, good nutrition for all is not an option to human and societal development of all our countries. It represents the strongest foundation for preventing, for mitigating, and for combating the multiplicity and recurrence of shocks the world is currently facing. Malnutrition continues to cost an estimated $3.5 trillion, or 5% of the global GDP each year. The challenge is major, but we need to tackle it collectively.
What are the key challenges in addressing this issue on a global scale?
The challenges are numerous because nutrition is at the crossroads of many topics that need to be understood in a comprehensive way, or a holistic way, if you like. Thinking about nutritious foods means thinking about how food is produced, how it is transformed, how we buy and consume it. Thinking about nutrition also means thinking about how we access affordable healthcare to prevent and treat malnutrition. Thinking about nutrition also means thinking about power inequalities at all levels, including within the household, between men and women, between children and elders. Nutrition also is often seen as among the many competing priorities. Personally, I don't see nutrition being in competition with any other development issue. Quite the opposite, in fact. Nutrition is the catalyst that ignites progress towards the achievement of SDGs, that's Sustainable Development Goals number 2 and number 3, and it impacts the realizations of 11 out of 17 SDGs. Financing nutrition also means tackling intertwined issues such as health, universal health coverage, food systems, humanitarian affairs, climate change, gender equality, and many more. And one of the main challenges is right now clearly financial resource scarcity. Both development and humanitarian fundings are reducing, which is both a challenge and an opportunity for us to rethink the way we used to implement programs and policies against malnutrition. And this requires us to opt for more financial efficiency to make sure money is wisely used and spent, for more partnerships to make sure there is no overlap between organizations, for example. It also urges us to innovate and to opt for a qualitative upturn. I see two other major challenges beyond the challenge of financial resource scarcity. And these are, first, the lack of data available that would help us better apprehend, better understand from where we stand and what are the priorities. Many countries took ambitious commitments in Tokyo, but some of them find it hard to track them. That's an important challenge. And also the second one is the lack of integration of nutrition in other development agendas at global level. And we need to stop working in silos, and nutrition is a good opportunity to break down barriers and create new links, as this is really a cross-cutting policy, a holistic and comprehensive policy that we know delivers.
What progress has been made since previous Nutrition for Growth summits, and what are the priorities leading up to the 2025 summit in Paris?
Well, throughout the past 20 years, trends are encouraging, and the expected reduction rate needs to be accelerated for all targets to achieve the 2030 nutrition targets. I'm pretty sure we can deliver, and I'm pretty sure we can achieve that, but we need to run that extra mile. And today, malnutrition remains the first cause of infant mortality, accounting for nearly half of children's deaths, with the largest share of these deaths taking place in low and middle income countries. So in 2021, N4G Tokyo set the bar very high, astronomically high, with a financial commitment of more than $27 billion US dollars registered during the summit. And that's from 396 different commitments made by 181 stakeholders in 78 countries. N4G Paris will be a renewed opportunity to transform the decisive mobilization achieved in Japan and contribute to the achievement of the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030. 2025 will be also a key year, marking the end of the UN decade of action on nutrition. So our goals, our targets are very clear. We want to put nutrition at the center of the Sustainable Development Agenda. We want to make the fight against malnutrition a universal cause. We want countries to embrace it, to endorse it. We need to create continuity in the commitments for good nutrition, and we want to maintain a high level of political and financial engagement and commitment for nutrition. And to do so, Paris Summit, N4G Summit in Paris will be a multi-stakeholder summit advocating for a dialogue between different actors from all continents to move the nutrition agenda forward. And that's governments, that's the international organizations, research institutions, civil society organizations, philanthropies, private sector organizations, and many more stakeholders.
Thanks so much for listening, and please don't forget to check out the spring meeting sessions on the 10th June online on our YouTube channel, follow us on social media, and sign up to our email newsletter.